Baizhu is being released in a few days, and before you pull for him, there are a couple things you need to know. How's it going, everyone? This is Kay, and I'll break down what you should expect from Baizhu, some pros and cons of using him, and ultimately, if he's worth getting. Breaking down his abilities really quickly, he's a Catalyst user, so using his normals will give you Dendro application, most talents will scale off of his max HP, E skill specifically will fire a projectile that will hit 3 times, then offer a team-wide healing. The healing from his skill is actually quite high, potentially giving you around 7 to 8k HP recovery for everyone, but honestly, it just depends on his max HP stats. Baizhu's Elemental Burst will be his main kit. It offers a Dendro shield and will recreate a new shield every 2.5 seconds. When the shield either gets recreated, expires, or is destroyed, it will heal the active character and fire a Dendro homing missile of sorts. Baizhu's passive goes hand in hand with his burst. A 1 will increase his healing if your active character's HP is less than 50%, or if it's equal and above 50%, his Dendro damage will be buffed. This can apply to his skill as well, but again, this mainly contributes to his burst. A 4 passive will basically increase damage to all forms of Dendro reactions for the active character, specifically whenever they are healed by his shield. The buff scaling for Blooms, Burning, Hyper Blooms, and Burgeon is 2% for every 1k max HP Baizhu has, with the limit of 50,000 HP. Spread and Aggravate will be 0.8% per 1k HP. Lastly, his open world ability heals your active character when picking up plants. It's a neat little skill, but not really necessary since he can already heal a lot in battle. In terms of his role, Baizhu won't be your main Dendro enabler majority of the time. There are rare occasions such as having him with Xinu for single target battles, in which case his burst consistency is great, but normally you'll have a primary Dendro enabler or driver while Baizhu acts as a secondary support, and there's nothing wrong with that. This is because his Dendro AoE from his burst is small, typically hitting only one enemy at a time. Compared to other off-field Dendro enablers like DMC and Nahida, who affect multiple enemies real quick, his application is less effective in group battles, but he does offer utility. First of all, his burst healing is pretty good. On top of that, he offers a shield that can absorb small damage. Now, his shield isn't strong. I'm talking about around 800 or so damage absorption per shield, so don't think you'll be tanking shots like Zhongli. It can, however, give you interruption resistance for 1 hit each time. Again, it's not going to be game-changing or anything. As an example, there was leaked gameplay of Yoimiya where she'll still get interrupted by multiple attacks, so it's not like you can just stand there. Again, it's enough for 1 hit each time, so if his Dendro application isn't strong and his shield isn't strong, what good is he? Well, he does offer a decent reaction damage buff. Now, in comparison to Nahida's EM buff, Baizhu's buff will be lower, but what makes him viable is using them together, which increases Dendro reactions quite significantly. This further solidifies him as a strong secondary supporter, or if you don't have Nahida, then Baizhu's buff will be the next best thing, more or less. But if you don't have Nahida, what's wrong with you? Pull for her right now. Main problem with Baizhu is ER requirements. Without his burst, he really offers nothing, and it does cost 80 energy, which is quite high. Baizhu needs to spam his burst, so typical support build will be HP stats close to 50k and as much ER as possible. Thankfully, you'll have another Dendro to help ease the energy requirements. As a Catalyst user, you can certainly use him as a Dendro driver, but let's just say there are better options like Nahida or the great DPS Alhaitham. If you are using Baizhu to trigger reactions, it will typically be in Nilu Blooms, but then you'll have to adjust your build and his stats accordingly, such as having EM. So is Baizhu worth getting? If you decide to skip him, you won't really miss out on anything drastic. If you do have him, however, his role as a supporter will definitely be beneficial. There were moments where I saw his value in gameplay, specifically the recent Abyss where I used Xinu and was like, damn, you know what? I can certainly use Baizhu right now. Was he absolutely necessary? No. I still 3-star the Abyss without him, but having him would have been great. There are some comparisons between Baizhu and Yao Yao. I mean, both are Dendro healers after all. Yao Yao's Dendro application has a slightly better AoE in comparison, but Baizhu does offer a lot more utility. On the positive side, when comparing to Nahida, you're not forced to have Baizhu on the field to reapply Dendro to new waves of enemies, unlike Nahida, which forces you to have her on the field to apply her E skill. This can give you smoother rotations for wave battles with Baizhu. On the other hand, when when compared to DMC, you're not restricted to a specific AoE zone. His danger application will follow your character around. Overall, Baizhu is a decent character who can certainly help, especially as a second-year supporter. He offers utility and strong healing, but he's not a must pull. If you have the extra face or gems and use danger reactions a lot, then go for him. Now, if you are after that top tier character, the 3.7 banners are supposedly very good. Take it with a grain of salt as always, but the person who confirmed the wildly unexpected Shenhe and Ayaka banners and Dia being on the standard banner confirmed the 3.7 banners. For obvious reasons, I won't reveal who's on the 3.7 banners just in case people want to avoid spoilers, and for myself, I do want to avoid any potential misinformation. I'll just say this. We are expected to have two very handsome gentlemen. That should be vague enough. Good luck on your post, everyone, and comment down below to let me know if you're going for Baizhu. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to my channel for future Genshin Impact videos. I will also be making lots of Honkai Star Rail videos. I'm going to be fully invested into that game. It's going to be fun. I am a fan of turn-based. I know, that's a shocker, right? But I've played a lot of turn-based when I was a kid, teenager, even now. So, can't wait for that game.